Hey, happy Mother's Day, everybody. Happy Mother's Day, yes. I like to think that I learned something from all the places I've been in my years as a priest. Now, for example, at Blessed Sacrament Church in Albany, they have their church, let's say, on the corner of Central and Colby, but they also have responsibility for a mission church, a ministry church on North Lake and Central. That's Old St. Patrick's, but it's now the Shrine Church of the Americas. And they have noon Mass there on Sunday. They get approximately 300 people to come in for Mass in Spanish. And one of the things I learned from just being with the people there was that, May 10th is Mother's Day all through Central America. Now, regardless of the day of the week it falls on, May 10th is Mother's Day. In fact, in Mexico, it's a national holiday. Here it's the second Sunday of May, so hey, double happy Mother's Day to you today. Okay? Feliz Dia de las Madres and Yabilia. Do you understand that? Maybe it should be safe for my old high school German. Maybe Sister Carol Ann's kind of listening in there somewhere. Alles gut zum Mutterstag, yeah? Yeah, hey, back to Mass then, okay? We celebrate our mothers, grandmothers, stepmothers, aunts, teachers, caregivers, and mentors. All those maternal folks in our lives. They help us to encounter the sacred. Maybe we don't realize that, but they help us to encounter the sacred. The knowledge that you are loved and you are called to love. And through your action, you experience love that moves forward, touching your lives in so many ways you may not even realize it. Do you remember these folks? Do you remember their presence? The way they made your favorite meal, asked you questions when specifically you told them not to. Maybe you pull out your hair over that. Maybe they gave you unsolicited advice. Advice turned out to work. The times they forgave you, made you feel seen, heard, loved, that you mattered. No matter how maybe small the gesture may have felt, they chose not only to feel love themselves, but to share that love by showing it, by celebrating it, by passing it on. Mothers and all the maternal figures in our lives, they are often the first teachers of love and of faith. And I think it's our mothers, through their love, who open us to the possibility of faith in our lives, seeing love coming from another place, another source. Their motherly love is steady, patient, and ongoing. Is this a foreshadowing of God's love for you? The kind of love when, say, you skinned your knee falling off your bike, or maybe continuing into your rebellious teenage years, or in some cases your rebellious adult years. The love that you received on your best days and on your worst days. The love that helped you to be strong, to be brave, to cross borders, to cross lines on behalf of others. Love that helped others today and help others in the future. God is present in that love. And much like mothers give you a knowing wink every now and then, think about the God who gives you a knowing wink, because you are sharing in God's love and giving God's love to others. That knowing wink that reminds you of God's presence and affirms you in what you're doing. Do you hear the echoes of God's love in your daily life? Mothers really do help us to encounter the sacred, the kind of love that you and I are hearing in today's readings. For example, in the Gospel today, if you love me, you will follow my ways, you'll follow my commands. Or that short piece from Paul's second, that reading from Peter, the second reading, be ready to give an account of the hope that is yours. Think of the ways in which your love gives an account of the hope that is yours. Exactly this kind of spirit of love we hear in the readings today. Love that is witnessed, lived, celebrated, and passed on to others. We're coming near the end of the Easter season. Pentecost is coming, the coming of the Holy Spirit. And consider the experience of God's love like this ripple effect of the Holy Spirit moving through us and within us. You can receive love, you can give love, because God's love transforms lives. We see that We know that in our bones. People are healed, restored, filled with hope, filled with joy. You are called to proclaim what God has done by inviting others to come and to see and to share, by making love our action, our way of life, because the love that we have received was never meant to stop with us. Mothers know this. So does a loving God. The love we have received was never meant to stop with us. God knows this, and God wants us to pass it on.